All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our concert. We're so excited to have you here. I promise this isn't like an April Fool's, so there may joke, but we will fill up this stage, don't you worry. My name is Tim Leonelli, Director of Music here in Abington. I'm so thrilled to welcome you to our winter concert. This is our spring concert. But it's like 40. And I'm wearing a coat. Oh, take it off. Okay. Things weren't ready to heat up. Thank you, Greg, for that. Oh my goodness. Welcome to our spring concert. We're almost there. It's going to get warm, I promise you. We're going to start off with our independent study students. We got Molly Joyce, Maddie Mims, Charlie Hernandez. We call them the Trios. Please give them a round of applause. And don't stop believing. Let's hear it for the Trios. All right, we're going to transition. Jazz band, come on up. Let's give one more round of applause to our Trios as we also welcome up the Jazz band. The Jazz band is about to play a classic, In the Mood. This was famous during the big band era, especially with one of my favorites, Glenn Miller, trombonist myself, so I love it even more. These students are doing wonderful work. This is they played at open mic night a few weeks ago, and now we're going to continue on here as well with an encore performance of In the Mood. Abington High School Jazz Band. I'm notorious of not playing videos in my class, and I do what I call play days. The students are very well aware of what a play day is, and they also know what a no play day is. Is that right, students? My wife is here. She also reminds me, don't do any bad jokes. However, there is a day where I had to stop what we were doing at the high school in the band class because I asked them, I don't know how it came up, I asked them to the effect of, have you all heard of Phantom of the Opera? And they all just stared at me. I know a couple of you, no. Phantom of the Opera, Andrew Lloyd Webber, an incredible piece of art, played on Broadway for many, many years. It was the longest show on Broadway. I had to stop everything and just show them the musical and just show them the incredible work of art that it is. And of course, to stick with our curriculum and make sure that we are doing all the right things in school, I forced them to play it. So you're about to play the theme to Phantom of the Opera. We're just gonna do a quick little warm-up and then we'll hit it as well. These students are not bad, they are great. My wife, Katie Beckwold's back there, so she's just like, Tim, stop. Tim, stop. I'm gonna stop while I'm ahead. They're doing such a great job. We're trying to find different pieces of literature, not only around their music education, but also it's just great music. That's, of course, Bad by Michael Jackson. And now we are turning gears to Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne. We are about family here. We're about welcoming people. When we had this new hire come at the beginning of the year, the first thing I thought was, how can we put them to work? So I was like, they should absolutely conduct the concert band. So please let me introduce you to Annika Sjosted, who is going to lead our next piece.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I want to say thank you to Mr. Tim Leonelli. I am so grateful to be up here today. I am the general music teacher at the middle school, and now here I am conducting a high school band. I love it. Thank you for all of these beautiful high school players. They've been so welcoming. I love working with them every second. So this is Tripwire by J. Rod Hall. I hope you enjoy it. That's all. Thank you, and now for Mr. Tim Leonelli.
That was fun. All right. This is a tradition here in Abington where I always ask the seniors, what would you like to do before you graduate? And they requested Mambo number 5. So this is going to be a great one. However, before we do it, I'm not going to cry, I'm not going to cry, I'm not going to cry, I'm not going to cry. I need to recognize our seniors. Tom. I taught him, and he was just that tall as well. So this is my first batch of students I actually taught at Beaverbrook. So so I vividly remember each one of these students. I'm not great. Caroline McCleary. Mambo number 5 was their idea. Arthur Sherman. If I had your head of hair, I'd be so happy right now. So jealous. Also, our baritone sax soloist, Molly Joyce. There's the vivid image. I'll have like a vivid image of each one of these students, but I will always remember Molly Joyce. I think this was, you were in 8th grade. It's America the Beautiful. You're playing crash cymbals, and it's like a video of you just about to go karate chop. It was, yeah. So, Maddie Mims, everybody. One of our students that's the spirit of the champions. One of our, I'm not gonna do it. Oh no, Charlie Hernandez, everybody. Similar story, it's great to see you and your sisters growing up, and we're gonna miss you. Miss you both, we're gonna miss all of you. Celia Killian, are you here? Celia Killian was one of our marching band seniors. I just want to recognize Celia as well. Celia, if you're there, we're thinking of you. If not, and this is the part where I always get nervous. Did I forget anybody? Okay. That's one of my nightmares, forgetting somebody. So seniors, just so proud of you. So proud of you. Without further, one more round of applause for our incredible seniors. We got one more. them again. All right, I just go off this way. As we continue to transition, I have to make sure that we recognize our incredible staff that work so hard for what you see on stage. I see Dr. Michelle over there. Thank you. Dr. Bossa, everyone at Central Office, really appreciate all your work. I see Mr. McCurtain back there, Jess Sullivan, Jonathan Bourne, Kate Casey, all of their teachers that just really inspire them outside of music class. Just the work that I do is just so much easier because of the work that they do in their classes. Of our maintenance, food, service workers, just again, this is such a team effort, and this, sometimes it feels like an experiment, and everyone works so hard, so again, we just want to make sure we thank everybody. And so if we give a round of applause to everyone that serves our children, I think it would be really worthwhile. Thank you. I also want to make sure we recognize our music staff. I see Kathy Egan. I see Joyce Harrington. Of course, Annika Shosted, you just saw a moment ago. We have Rebecca Harrison back there. We have a celebrity in the back. We have Charlie Blanchett. He retired last year, but he wanted more, so we are so thrilled to have you here as well. And we also have, I saw them earlier, Brian Mazzoli hiding back there, marching band staff, and then Heidi Hernandez, who also assists us in our color guard. So thank you so much. Oh, they're ready. All right, we're going to do a quick warm-up, and then we'll begin. This will also give you a moment if you want to move so you can better see your students and make faces at them. For instance, Tucker, I see you back there hiding. Liam Byrne, we see you back there. So if you families, you need to move, we got trombones over here, we got the woodwinds a little bit easier to see. We have our saxophones on this side, mallets in the very back. We see you back there, Cesar, Deb, we see you guys. So if you'd like to move to get better pictures, you're more than welcome to. We're just going to do a quick warm-up, okay? I told Tucker I'd talk about him in the concert. He didn't believe me. Middle school band pieces are the titles are like my favorite. That was called Star Fire Fanfare, The Galactic Empire, Part 1. Stay tuned for Part 2, maybe next year. All right, our next one is Procession of Heroes. This is a great piece of music by Robert W. Smith, who passed away last year. He was a colleague of mine at the Troopers Drum and Bugle Corps. He is one of the most passionate musician educators I have come to know, and he's definitely rubbed off on me. So this is an incredible piece of music, Procession of Heroes. That's your 7th and 8th grade high school band. One more round of applause for them on the high school come up to create our mass band. You want it to be louder? We can give that to you. So this is our combined 7th and 8th grade band and high school ensemble coming up. Taking pictures at a transition. Oh my gosh. Wait until after the concert. All right. We're all about having fun here. This has been a great evening. I always joke at every concert, especially as you see more and more folks fill the stage. Can you imagine a marching band this size? Because I can keep dreaming of a marching band this size, and oh, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So our next, can you go in front of me? Yes. Our next piece of music, Richard Saucedo wrote this. It's called Scorpion. It's an incredible, intense piece of music. I have the pleasure of working with him at the Blue Devils. He does incredible, rich harmonies, really aggressive stuff. Get ready for this. Yeah, it's that one. That one's too loud, yeah. All right, before we play our last song, this is definitely one that's going to feel like summer, even though it's not really feeling like summer right now. This is Louie Louie. Thank you all so much for coming. This has been a great pleasure to teach all of your students this year, and we'll have a lot more for next year as well, okay? All right, we're just going to do a couple little adjustments, then it's Louie Louie time. This is your combined 7th and 8th grade and high school band. Have a great summer, everybody. Thank you for coming.